Good afternoon and welcome to Willows Green Permaculture in this very late January afternoon, very snowy January afternoon. It's been almost a month and a half since I've published a video, and I thought this would be as good a time as any to talk about who we are, Magali and I. Talk about what we're all about. We came here, it's been 6 years and a month now, to start a new life and to shine a light on some of the good things that people can do. Now, you don't need a big piece of land. You don't even need to be out in the country. What we want to show people is you can grow your own food and make connections with your local community, wherever that community is, wherever you are. It could be growing on a balcony, on a little patio, on a little garden plot, or out in the country. We want to show how you can grow that food, how you can transform it, and do it while being in harmony with nature. But not only being in harmony with nature, but also being in harmony with your community. Because being in harmony with nature is being in harmony with everyone around you. As you know, we like to have our videos dubbed into 21 languages because ever since the beginning, I've wanted to reach out to the whole world. All my life, I've had contact with people from all over the world. Ever since I started teaching as a kid. When I first started teaching, I started teaching to what we say here to new Canadians. I was 19, 20 years old, and my students could have all been my parents. The stories they used to tell me were amazing. Stories of perseverance, stories of courage, stories of love, where they came here to Canada to start their life anew. It's important. We share this whole world with everybody else on it, with all the people, with all the animals, all the plants, all the fungi, and all the other creatures that fill us with wonder every day. And it's that respect for all of that life, all of those people, all of those other forms of life. That's what we're all about. Celebrating it, reaching out to everyone, being inclusive, and knowing that everyone has that spark of life, has that spark of the universe, has that spark of God within them. Some people don't know it, but they can. And if each of us, in our small way, is kind to each and every person we ever run into, kind, respectful, helpful, one thing we grow basically all our food here, except we don't raise animals here. Although we do eat eggs, I eat meat. But what we do is we reach out to the local community, the people around us. Because each person has their specialty, each person has their gifts, each person has their skills. And so we're trying to show a way that people can exchange their talents with each other to build community. We exchange our vegetables, our fruit, our grain for the things that we need. It doesn't always work perfectly, I suppose, but it works. works as best as it can at the moment, and we try and improve all the time. And part of that is building community. Part of that is sharing what we do, teaching others all over the world, having conversations, and not only teaching others, but learning from others. I've lived in other countries, and some of the most valuable lessons I've learned in my life, some of them have been here, but some of them have been elsewhere. It's how we live with others that is so important. Shining a light on that importance is also important. A famous person once said, "The least of my brothers." You know what that means, I hope. And that idea can be found all over the planet, in every culture. When things are hard, when things are difficult, I try and start my day, even when they're not difficult, but when they're difficult especially, I try and start my day with gratitude. Gratitude for all the things that are going right. I have a heartbeat. I can breathe. I can walk. I can carry things. My hands work. I can see, I can hear, I can smell, I can eat on my own. I can grow things. I can observe nature. Even in winter, I can hear the birds out here. I'm Canadian, and many people might think all Canadians just love the winter. I wouldn't say the winter is my favorite season, but I try and make the best of it and see the beauty in winter. One of the most important beauties in winter is the idea that nature is resting, and we should too. I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of things that I'd like to say. However, I don't have gloves on, and my hand is starting to freeze around my phone here. So if I think of something else, I will. I'll add it later, maybe. Anyway, starting my videos again. I start to come out with an announcement. I think I'm just going to leave this one as is. And maybe in a few days, our first new video of 2026 will come out, obviously beyond this one. I hope you appreciated this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching.